What's up, everybody? My name is Wayne Watts. I'm a hip-hop recording artist, a dreamer, a creator, and I'm here to inspire. So with Dream, Create, Inspire, I want to show not just that I had my dream and I created, but I want you to know that you inspire me, right? And we inspire each other. My dream is music. I'm all into music. I love music. I've been doing it since the age of 8. My mom not only was a musician and played guitar, but she was an educator. So seeing her be amazing at playing guitar, but having a passion to work with young people is something that I picked up early on.
And this is part of the Dream, Create, Inspire.
We raised over $15,000 with over 170 backers in 1 month. During the Kickstarter process, we got a chance to really build out a team across the country. It went from just hey, help us out, to a legitimate movement. We're gonna teach students how to use innovation, how to make beats, how to use their voice, how to write songs, connect them to transferable skills of public speaking and self-confidence and how to market themselves. And we're also going to connect young people of color with leaders of color across the country.
My name is Destiny Hardney. I was the tour manager for the Dream, Create, Inspire tour. We had visual artists, we had musicians, we had educators, we had activists, all who wanted to play a different role. So the team just kind of came together from people who saw what we were doing, who believed in the mission, who believed in the dream, and wanted to hop in and contribute.
So Wayne started with a post, and the post was basically just asking everybody who wanted to join the team. And I was thinking to myself, man, I want to start shooting video. I think I'm gonna start doing this. I'm gonna join the team. I asked, and I was literally just learning everything on the go, and just how do I do this? How do I do that? And then I started going to school, so it kind of sparked a little something inside of me to start doing that. Literally, the Facebook post is what got me into it, and every week we started meeting, talking about it, and it developed into a team that turned into something bigger.
I used to do music back in the day, and I gave myself an allotted time to make it. And once I didn't make it, I was going to focus on something else. And so I've always been into videos and pictures and whatnot. Growing up, I didn't have a lot of family portraits with my whole family. And so when I used to go to my friend's house, I would see them with pictures of them when they were small, families growing up. And I always kind of thought that was awesome, and I wanted to be a part of that. Being a creative kind of allowed me to be able to meet more people and talk to people. I'm good at expressing myself through my films and my portraits, and people recognize that sometimes, and they kind of gravitate towards me.
I'm Erin McElmurray. I am the van driver / dog owner, and I'm an engineer. I first got involved with the DCI tour with a good friend of mine. He had this dream, and I just felt, as a friend, I wanted to be a part of it.
When I first saw the DCI van, I freaked out, because at first it just looks like a generic van, right? And then you go inside and it's stacked to the max.
Oh, she got outlets, we got cabinet space, we got a bed back here, we got couches.
I was yo, this is the magic school bus of a tour.
I want one. Can y'all get me one? I want one.
Hey, same work, dream work. Yeah.
The partners that I worked with were boys and girls clubs, a couple of schools, and councilwomen, councilmen that helped support our projects. We worked with small businesses. We really connected a lot of local businesses with, bigger organizations that could support each other even when we left that city.
Never give up. I got desire to win.
Once we got into the town, setting up quick rehearsals for artists in that city to come kick it, link, do demos together. We would then hit a songwriting workshop. After the songwriting workshop, if we had press set up in that city, we would do press, and then doing a show, and then repeat, and then dropping the artist off, picking up a brand new artist, and continuing on the road.
My favorite part of the tour had to be the Boys and Girls Club in Austin. There was this one student I remember, he liked to make fun of people, okay? And by the end of it, he was the leader of the group. So the transforming, power of this kind of work is huge in a context like the workshops that we put on. It helps them to really I don't know, push themselves further than probably they're used to. It's always cool to see how the kids grow within the span of an hour and a half time. So that was definitely my favorite.
I want to say that my favorite moment of the show is when I played at Heights Vinyl and I played my Latino version of Ginza. It's a reggaeton song by a Colombian artist, and just how the musicians just picked it all up very organically, just on the spot, the energy from everybody around me, and just it was so like kind of dream environment.
I pride myself with honesty, honesty. I pride myself with honesty, honesty.
I feel as though music is one of the great connectors in life. I feel like you may not relate on a lot of different topics, but when you hear a song or a melody, you can be like, I love this song, right? Like, no matter if you even speak that language, right? The power in connecting people in music, I think, is limitless, and just all of the legends have done that, you know? So that's something that matters to me, is one, so that I'm not crazy, right? To be like, yo, somebody else out there has to feel like me, right? And the other one is being cognizant of people who don't get a chance to speak their stories or don't think their stories are powerful. And I'm like, yo, your story way better than that person that's on TV for real. If you have a voice, tell your story, shorty, because it's somebody with your story that doesn't have a voice.
When they hear it, they know that I have something inside me that's making people happy. And what they can do is they can make something else to help other people. I can't help everybody in the world, but if other people hear it, they can help other parts of the world.
Everybody that is a somebody at this point in time was once a nobody, and the only reason why they are where they are is because enough people recognize them for their talent and what they do, and I feel like it's important that starts somewhere. From a professional standpoint, I would say, I met some super dope artists, some super dope producers, some amazing musicians, which are all great assets as a businessman, but just as a person, like I met some really great human beings, and I feel like that's great because those are the kind of bonds that last for forever.
I think what the world lacks is a lot of people helping people. I think there's a lot of people that are self-serving, and so gaining connections and helping each other is something that we should strive to do.
I think it's important to build connections in the community to expand your horizons, and also to know that you're not the only one that may have weird dreams. Because people will say, oh no, that's silly, you can't do that. I think DCI definitely built a lot of connections and broadened a lot of communities, where kids from different cities and states were like, oh my god, they're just like me. And now I get to use their music, and then I get to build on it, and then they get to build on my stuff. I think for them, it was opening their minds and their eyes to a world that's bigger than just their neighborhood.
I think DCI leaves a great trail of innovation, of collaboration, love, growth.
Seeing a kid that's just didn't know what was inside of them, and the creativity that comes out, and then their pieces then get a chance to be represented in our shows, and seeing the reaction from the audience, being able to send that back to the kids and say, hey, this is what you came up with. I mean, it was everything. I think it's important to have all three aspects of the tour, because I think dream, create, inspire, it's really a circle, right? And I feel like the dream then gets you to create, and then the create gets you to inspire, and then it's a circle where you're influenced and inspired by the people who dream, who create. So I think the tour is really a 360 model of what I think is needed right now. Not just in music, but in education. So it gives students the opportunity to see, like, hey, this is people that chase their dreams different ways. It gives vendors a chance to say, hey, this is the dreams I created. Please tell your auntie, tell your mother, tell your grandmother, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, to get the word out if you believe in this.
I'm talking
Everybody say,